very awkward to have all of that silent space. Like, you know, you still look very awkward. All right, so anyway, I'm in a weird space. I didn't expect to perform today. I was coming here to do work. I write grants. I write plays. And 3 weeks ago, my best friend killed himself. And the funny part about, he didn't kill himself. What the fuck, I keep saying that shit. He decided that this world was no longer worth his freaking great, his beautiful freaking life. I keep saying that, I keep telling myself, stop saying he killed himself. No. Me and him, we lived together for 2 years. And I'm 10 years older than him. I'm 47. He decided to transition at 37. And 10 years ago, we had an apartment together. I used to live upstairs. And when I got kicked out of upstairs because this. Anyway.
Tell us.
No, you don't need to know. Providence is in a way different space than it is now than it was 10 years ago. So that's just all I'll say about that. And so anyway, me and him had an apartment together. And he used to tell me, like, genius. People don't get this, mental illness. They want to give us pills. They want to stop us from being who the fuck we are. Me and him 10 years ago decided that, you know, whatever crazy we're going through, we're supposed to go through this crazy. Whatever pain we're going through, we're supposed to express this pain. Because 80% of the world cannot express what the fuck we express. It makes us who the fuck we are.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, take this pill, subdue your shit. You're not thinking right. No, did you see what the fuck I just did on stage? Get the fuck out of my face. You know, like people just don't get it. Like the stigma that people talk about, I actually believe it's greatness. The problem is, this world cannot contain this greatness, and some of us choose to be early. And so, I don't want to ramble. My computer's not acting right, so I gotta switch it around. I don't want to ramble, I want to read some poems. I don't want to say that I suffer from mental illness. I think the rest of the world is crazy. I'm in the right space I'm supposed to be in.
Okay.
And I want to read y'all some stuff that I wrote. I want to read a poem he wrote, because him dying three weeks ago is really fucking with me. Like, he told me, he died at 37, and I'm sorry that I'm rambling. He died at 37. When me and him had an apartment together, he told me he was going to kill himself at 35. The fact that he waited 2 years after his expiration date, to me, he gave us a gift. Because y'all might, if you don't know who this, if you have never heard the name Sidney Tillett, Google Sidney Tillett. He's one of Providence's best, greatest artists that you're ever going to see. Paintings, photography, and poetry. He did all three. And the problem was, he didn't do it for money. He taught in schools. He went to the schools and taught. He went to the nonprofits and taught. He didn't receive money for it. He just did it because that's what he did. And then, you know, when he decided it was time to go, he decided it was time to go. So here's a poem. Hey, would y'all like to hear a poem? What I can't understand, but I chemically imbalanced get. My life is beautiful. Yet every morning I have to convince myself it's worth living. Getting out of bed for and staying alive. Been doing this so long, if the pain was gone, I'd die. Like I lost my best friend or a play cousin or pretend protect the monster one. Every morning in most waking hours, I am fighting death or the feeling thereof, or the voice whispering death shares every inhalation I take. You know how some know doubt? I am close friends with the end of my life, too. I don't care on purpose, because the things I care about burn like a bad Jesus, pickled in bourbon, floating around the bottle, waiting for me to swallow in the backwash. Imagine bench pressing razor blades off your wrist veins and using mental telepathy, yet the gravity of your own thoughts bear weight against you. 3. Most people who try to explain how to snap out of it, how to snap out of an internal tornado, don't really want to hear how you've tasted a touch God kept so secret. She wrapped this fruit and forbade man to eat of this tree. So does this mean I want to hold on to the pain? The pain makes it feel. Lets me know I'm alive and not dreaming. I don't know if I want to hold on to the pain as much as I don't know anything else. Recently, a man who spent 67 years in prison was released. Hasn't seen freedom since 17. The day he made parole, he told the parole board he didn't want to go, didn't know this world, had no idea how to get along in it. Remove my pain and I am him. I have been fingering the slits of old journals, sweet spot searching comfort for what I thought were breakup poems to past lovers were actually love poems to my pain. Odes to everything that make tectonic plates, bed sheets, and blankets the fault lines I must cross on 2 p.m. Saturday afternoons just to shake things up. The distance between my bedroom to the front door is an atheist prayer, a Buddhist chant to possess and own faith in the outside world of my rented 4 walls. I wish it was as easy to do as people telling me get up, get out, and make something happen. Sometimes there's so much to do. Seems so overwhelming. My crypt is more sanctuary than bedroom. The to-do list, a litany of gravestones, which read like unfamiliar family stories. Every day, a stillborn resurrection where necro slaves are learning to first step for the first time again and again and again. Ghost of an inner child, phalange-tethered marionette machine, physically forgotten how to dance, staccato moves zombie through music. 4. Relationships usually end in baboon bar fights, complete with broken beer bottle battle scars. For this reason, bulletproof rib cages are the only things allowed to guard my heart. There is no such thing as safe space. Silence is a trigger. Warning, moments are fully clip loaded with trauma in the chamber. There is light at the end of the tunnel. 6. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Surviving through this daily makes me a miracle. I only have 2 other poems.
Woo!
I'm going to try to slow down. Get whiskey in my system and then I just start reading fast. If I read too fast, put your hands up and I'll slow it down. Is that cool?
Was that your please?
All right, good.
You're perfect.
All right. Oh, I wish I was. Times like this, I need company. But I don't want you to talk. Just be about your business. I watch Netflix or write or read. I just fill the room with something other than my presence. I don't expect you to get this, but there are galaxies of oceans, big bang waves crashing inside me, creating desolate worlds of silence, waiting on the click-clacking of proteins to Lego themselves into life. I am dying to hear myself breathe over swallowed heartbeats, stone-skipping surfaces of steel drum canyons echoing in throat. I know I'm alive, but not for feeling anything other than the amniotic empty that holds me like flesh drowning breath. Hold me like a black body searching for buoyancy before pulled into death. Hold me like eye contact catching arm-cradled soldiers' last words. Keep me safe like underbridge cardboard box wish to become home. Home for me is closed eyes, rise and fall of chest, slows, and I embraced every meditation that never hurt. There is no light without dark, and darkness falls. But with darkness, it doesn't leave depressions in the earth. When the stars fall from the cosmos, does it make a sound? When a star hits the ground, is that depression that sound? Is that sound a cry for help? Times like this, I don't need company. I don't need you to talk. Just fill the space and hold me like my presence. So this is a poem that my boy Sydney wrote. And he wrote this, and then I wrote a poem first. Then he wrote this, and then I wrote a response to it. Sydney taught me how to paint. So we had this relationship. There was 3 of us, where all of us we were all diagnosed clinically depressed, but we all found happiness and joy in the fact that we found each other. We had an apartment, and we would paint, write, and cook together. And that's what we did every night. Sydney was the painter, I was the writer, my girl Adelaide she would cook, and that's all we did. Drink. Shit was fucking awesome. and I just wish everybody can experience these type of moments. You find your clan, you find the people that live like you, who think like you, and run like you. I want that for everyone in life, that you find the people who are your freaking people, your soulmates, you know? And for a brief moment in time, we had that. And this is one of the poems he wrote, and I wanted to share this. And then I'm going to get off the stage, and I'm so sorry.
No, thank you.
We love you.
But yeah, this is the poem he wrote. It's called The Minute. Shit, I'm trying not to do it in his voice.
Woo!
Like an asshole. By the way, I am so mad at him for taking his own life, but I so understand why he did it that I just love him. You know? I don't know, you know, can we get over this anger? Right? Just can't get over it. Beautiful freaking people, beautiful soul. Anyway, he wrote this, Sydney, tell it. Freedom, yes, at all costs this, I am greedy for it. Afraid to be without, pinned down, locked in or out, tied over, opposite, dying slowly in a certain doomed battle, close uncomfort. We watched it burn for hours in the dark. When the sun came up, we still couldn't understand it. Then, we shifted through the heap of broken parts and curled wires of steel bars and charred pieces of plastic, pieces of our lives that had fallen from those stories, somehow just suggestions of their former selves, now only recognizable from certain angles of view. As I dusted the ash, the smell I will never forget. Years later, I can see the slight frames of my two best friends. We have traded points of reference, and the two of them lost in the dark. Furtive actions always littered with angles, spoons, lies, deep in red circles around their dull eyes. I lose them, and they are only recognizable from a certain angle of view. The loss makes me desperate. I meet a beautiful girl, a looker, a kisser, a bipolar drinker, an unpredictable soul. She held me and flickered in and out of comprehensive violently. So, alongside 4 different arrests, a DWI, the bruises I never even felt. The night I left my body to its own designs and woke up with no recollection of where it had gone in the night. The insomnia, the ache in my chest, like some kind of wind tunnel, while I lay on the mat crumbling in Providence County Jail, and something that I did not do, but I lied about. They don't care for lies. The nightmares, the total and 2-month-long insomnia, the sleeping pills, the shaking hands, the nausea, the loss of appetite, and subsequent daily shrinking and falling, and ridiculous words that I still can't control. And all this happened in just a minute.